All right. Hey, guys. So question of the day. The year just started. So what are some goals we have for 2022?
Not the goals.
Wait, what?
I wasn't ready for that question.
Yeah, no, I wasn't ready for that one either.
But a question of the day that
Elementary school 2022. I mean,
Right. Let's walk around the room. Popcorn read. Like,
all right.
Okay, so you're gonna go first?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was not ready for that one. Okay.
I wasn't. I
Go
have
ahead.
to think a little bit about it.
All right, Grace.
Okay, y'all want me to go first? Okay.
Yeah, you post it.
So my main goal for 2022 is to get back into school,
Okay.
get my master's. You know,
Okay.
master's, mommy.
Ooh, welcome.
And I think that's really my main goal.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Donovan.
Beside you.
I'm weak.
maybe the man not come up with him thing yet. Yes, I rush the man.
I go just to live life, yo. Live life.
Live life.
Drink a 2 beers and a shot.
Take a Guinness and just build back the quit.
There you go. Well.
And cook
Sir.
things.
Shabe.
Misty.
How you,
Just said Shabe.
how you just gonna try to call me out and Kayla is next to the
Name of the
movie?
people himself.
20 ways. So I think my main goal for this year is to let OD Creations be OD Creations.
Okay.
Yeah,
If y'all don't know what that is, y'all find out real soon.
Real soon. Yes, sir.
I said.
It's OJ time now.
My main goal,
To not be blurry.
not be too blurry. You see me, I say so you can see me. No, but for real, I want to be more consistent. And I feel like with being consistent, there's a lot that's gonna happen. So I'm working on it, guys, every day.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Consistency. Working on it. Start. Oh, that's it. You know I talk too much.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Consistent. All right, Kayla, your time. Mhm.
No, I'm gonna piggyback off OJ with that. Definitely being more consistent, working out in the gyms with
Okay.
the S, because trying to be out and saving some more coins, making
Yes,
and
sir.
saving.
I don't think that should be a New Year goal.
I think
What?
it should.
Gym workout. Because
Oh my God. Sit
Here
down.
you go.
listen to me. Listen, just hear me out now. Hear me out now.
Yeah.
If we was really supposed to wait on
I agree. I know you're going. I agree.
No,
I
but I get
100%
that,
agree.
but
Oh, so you're saying that it should have had
Stop.
already
You don't know him there.
it should have happened already. But now that we're in the new year, let's just get it done.
Let's
That's
just
it.
get you gotta
The
you gotta
past
wait.
is the past.
yeah, we
The
in the
past
New Year,
is the past.
we all would go to
I have to wait for me not me last.
and
Not
declare
just
that we're
sending
going
us
to
to
lose
hell.
weight and it not happen. Is that good?
No. We have to wait the first
don't
couple
declare
weeks
that.
though, because if we
Yeah.
start now, we're gonna get to
In
the
the
gym. It's gonna
pack
be packed.
In the
And we're not gonna
February
stay.
is
Yes.
basically
You gotta-
the
you
month
gotta-
of workout.
February.
You gotta wait till February, like
Wait till
February 2nd.
February.
Like the
February,
third day.
Many
Time you
people
guys go.
latest March.
So no, I think it should be not just the gym, but it would be exercise wise generally, because
Sure.
it doesn't have to be the gym. You can work
That's
out
true.
at your house
That
and then
Yeah.
start there. You can get more
Yes,
done at
it's
the
very
gym, but
satisfactory.
start at home and then
That is
you
the
kick
truth.
it up a notch. Yeah.
and you have to
All
be
right, Shabe.
consistent. Have to be consistent.
Oh, is it my
because
turn?
Yes, it's your turn, Shabe.
So 2020 goal to
Well,
I guess
2020.
to
Wow.
2022.
20 few. They don't know you know go that
2022
route there.
What
The
year are
second
you
round,
in?
2020 second.
it's a
Yes,
little
she's got
rough.
that.
It was a little rough beginning to the year, you know what I'm saying? But 2022 goal, live a little more.
Okay.
I'm real
we
quiet.
outside.
Live a little more, travel a lot more, laugh a lot more, enjoy life. I think that's gonna be fun. Have some trips already lined up. That's good stuff. I'm
Okay,
excited.
must be nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, big
A
money.
little trippy trip.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds
a
good.
little trip
Up in the name of
here.
Vigo. Money popping anywhere we go.
Seriously, your time now.
I cannot. It's my
Your
go.
time. Shit.
No,
Yeah,
go,
sure.
yes,
Okay.
no, let's
Go,
try
Devon. Go,
No, let me
Devon.
go.
Go, Devon.
Yes, David.
You
Go,
are
go.
ready. Go.
Devon ready.
You are ready. Go.
I'm not ready actually because I don't know. I was derailed at the beginning of the year, so
Too soon.
You don't get the real. No. It's
Show
a
'em why.
part of the
Show 'em
plan.
why. Show 'em why.
It was a part of the plan.
oh,
You're
hey,
gonna get the
Show
real.
off why. Show off why.
I would give you a finger, but we're
Can
podcasting.
we all go like this? Someone's
Let's all just
missing
wave our
one.
hands.
That's all right.
Wave our hands.
Can't really wave mad so either. So no, no,
Hey! Oh, and suddenly I'm not alone.
I was drinking my water.
My goals for 2022 is actually to get back in
2022.
school.
That's good.
2022.
Yes.
2022. Yeah. And also just get my finances up because you know, trying to move on up.
The girl them don't want a broke man. That's it.
That's just
Period.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no broke
No,
man.
I mean I'm already broke on, so yeah.
You're already broke already.
Did you show the people they need to see the visual?
It's because you said it. You have to show them that.
Yep. Literally broke.
Hey, yo.
So for the time being, thankfully I won't be like this forever, but
If you're listening on our streaming services, he just lifted his arm is it? His right hand, and there's a large cast. But he's a lefty, so it works. But there's a large cast on his right hand.
it works perfectly.
The
That's
okay
hilarious.
sign is not perfect. In due time.
Yes, but in due
man.
time, and then I will have proper goals once my hand is healed. Even though I
Healed.
already have,
Please get out.
Oh man. All right, my goal for 2022 is to grow me, whether that's like mentally, financially. Well, God, please, financially, please.
I think that's everyone's prayer.
Yeah, like trying to make moves. Life is happening. Trying to not be home Shane anymore. I want my own home Shane, my own life Shane, my own big move Shane. So yeah, that's my goal.
Big move.
YouTube channel too. Everybody's links for their YouTube channels will be below. So just wait for that. But trying to grow me, trying to grow us. We all need to make moves together. So
Amen.
yeah, so if you don't realize this is a podcast, whoa. This is Devon. This is Shaay. That is DNOJ down below. This is Kayla. And then that is Don and Grace over there. Right? So we are called the Who's About Podcast. Backstory. I'm gonna let D give the backstory of the Who's About podcast, and then we're gonna have a little sermonic selection by Grace after that.
Grace, I hope your singing voice is ready. Get a little water.
All right, D, give us the background story of the Who's About podcast.
The Who's About. So the name Who That Bout actually came from. If you are listening this and you're Jamaican, I don't know if like any other Caribbean country play this game or whatever, but there's this game called Who They Bout. So it's basically, I'm just gonna do it randomly with somebody here, maybe Devon. So it's basically where you'd say like, Devon,
Oi,
who they bout?
D.
Oi, who they bout? OJ, oi, who they bout? Shaay, oi,
Oi.
they bout.
Already.
Yeah. So we were all playing. So these we have Jamaicans, we have Antiguans, we have Guyanese. We're all mixed, but most of me and OJ are the only ones who grew up in Jamaica, like, fully, and we grew up on these games, so we introduce it to the gang, and
Wait, remember Scott
Yeah, Scott was the
B
main person.
team,
That's
B
OG.
team, B team.
That brought up the game.
Yeah, so Scott really brought that game up, and
Game
then
points.
so comes, this name, who they about, but it's who's about. So yes, sir, that's how the name came about.
If we put who the boat in the title, y'all wouldn't even know how to type it.
Exactly.
So it's like, all right,
still
cool.
come out who's about.
The who's about podcast.
Yes, sir.
So Grace, it's harmonic selection time.
Yes, sir.
Why you gotta put me out there like that?
You was ready all
Let's
week.
do the vocal.
Grace is a singer for a group, by the way, guys. If you don't know, top singer,
top class.
Please watch her husband's face as she.
It's still Gracie. Okay.
Yes.
So the song goes as such. The who's about. The end.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
10 out of 10.
That's what you had?
Wait. I think somebody missed it. Let's go again. One more time.
One more time. Encore.
Come closer. Come in with me this time.
Mm-hmm.
On the count of 3.
There's a delay.
Three after 3.
On 3. 1, 2. Who's about? None of y'all saying it.
None of us. All right.
Excellent job.
What happened was the virtual wall.
Yeah, it was a lag, and then Zoom only takes the loudest, so you know.
Yeah, you were the strongest. That's the most important thing.
Strong soprano. If I had a choir, I want all of my singers to be strong like you. That's nice.
Just like great.
All right, let's get into this. Topic number 1: recast T'Challa.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't think so
No.
either.
In a different world. In a different universe.
Y'all
What would even be the reason?
In the White Panther?
What is recast T'Challa?
Okay, wait, D, you're supposed to research this stuff.
Listen, just blow her out, please. Listen, want to see him come back in a different universe. Just like how Spider-Man in a different universe, the multiverse, want to see a next Black Panther come in.
Oh, Black Panther is true.
I mean, I can understand, but then also no.
I've never watched Black Panther before.
What?
Oh no, D.
No.
Yes, I'm that person gonna be on the podcast.
No.
D
Can I come on someone else's screen, please?
D gonna end up being the meme of this podcast. How you not watch Black Panther?
I went 2 times in theaters.
How them do it? So, no. What
She
Black
said-
Panther?
No, okay.
Okay. So,
Don't do nothing else.
Just trying to put up the Wakanda
Just lean
sign,
back.
guys. For the
Blow
ones that
yourself.
are
Oh,
listening.
Wakanda Forever. That's Black Panther?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know the guy, but
Wow, she knows the guy.
I've never watched
worse.
Black Panther.
okay, so I'm with OJ, but low key just recast it.
Why?
Just because
But why?
that's our black
But-
superhero. If we just never have
I get
another
it.
Black Panther,
I
it's
get
kind of
it.
trash.
You can have another black superhero. You
We
could.
can.
You
They were
could.
trying to make the sister the, like she take over.
You can recast him that way, then, Shane.
Grace, it looks like you have your hand raised.
Then come out of the multiverse and then steal.
That works.
What's the guy he defeated again? The actor, I can't remember his name.
Michael B. Jordan.
All right, Michael B. Jordan. Wasn't that his brother or something like that?
But he
It
was
was like his-
Killmonger. He's a villain though.
He's
You
a
can't really
villain.
recast him
But
as
it was his
him.
brother, no?
His cousin.
No, it was like his cousin or something
It's
like
like a
that.
cousin or
So
something.
what if his cousin just decided to come
Absolutely
and pick
not.
up our
No, it would throw
No.
off the
Yeah,
storyline.
yeah, way
Absolutely
off.
not. You
Yeah,
can't
no.
have Killmonger come back as
This is why we got story makers that can.
No.
two and two don't
You would
make
have
four
to
in that
be.
sentence.
You'd have to be the greatest story maker to make that work. There's no way.
We got
It would literally have to be what OJ said. It had to be a multiverse.
Literally.
It'd have to be a multiverse story.
That would be
But
sweet.
like,
I can-
you understand what I'm saying though? Like, they have 18 different Batmans. Figure it out.
I would only appreciate it if his sister became Black Panther. Next movie, he dies. She becomes Black
Next
Panther.
movie, so he's gonna make it to a third movie. And he's already dead?
But why is sister?
No. He would make it to the second movie. In the second movie, the beginning would start with him dying, and she would become the Black Panther.
But he dies and comes back to life. So does he have to die again?
Sure.
No, so it's not like Infinity War when he died.
How are you gonna kill someone who's already dead in real life?
You're asking me.
I was gonna say
they did it. They did it with Paul Walker. He was dead in real life. He popped up in the next movie.
True.
Yeah, it's possible.
We can't do CIG or something.
Yeah, we can talk about Paul Walker. I know Paul Walker.
Oh Lord,
Here,
he did off like years ago though. Like D.
I feel like he's too important to Black society for us to just ignore the whole part altogether. Somebody has to be Black Panther.
That's what I'm saying. I would only accept if his sister took up the mantle. That's it.
And I'll watch it if they go on.
But me not thinking Scarlet pick it up so she have to be a bad fighter.
She is a bad fighter. You saw that in the last movie.
That is true.
Or even if it's not the sister, it could be.
It has to be someone from
that girl.
That guy.
The girl that was the ball one, the one that was the head of the military.
Yes. She was going crazy. Or head of one of the other auxiliaries in country.
She was going crazy.
But wait, does the Black Panther have to be a man?
No,
I don't think so.
It's just
There
Black Panther.
Female Panther.
But remember, all of the kingdom, basically end up.
Yeah, that's true. It was always the kings.
The high priestess is a woman, so I don't understand.
No, I'm saying in their specific
in their
storyline, every one of them was the king at the time.
In all honesty, I just don't think that they're gonna recreate anything.
I think they're gonna recast it because
they're gonna do it, and they're gonna do
it's picking up steam. They're gonna do it, but it's picking up steam. It's picking up a lot of steam on Twitter, so it's gonna happen eventually.
Well, the second Spider-Man was also trash, so.
But the third one is fire. This
third one was fire.
This third set of Spider-Man is fire.
I didn't watch it, but I just saw it.
Me neither.
Wait,
I'm gonna go. I'll go by myself if I have to. I'm gonna go watch the movie.
Me either.
That's fine. You should go by yourself.
I've never watched Spider-Man.
Yeah, the new one was good.
Yo,
D, what do you watch? Please enlighten us.
All
right, D, yeah, you really blur.
But I watched
Spider-Man, nothing.
You really want to? I don't watch Spider-Man. I don't watch no Marvel. I don't watch none of those.
Anime is 10 out of 10.
No, I don't watch anime.
Thank you.
D, what are you watching?
Thank God.
The Four Walls?
She watched news. She watched news.
She watched Lifetime.
She watched
Eyewitness News.
She watched Lifetime television for women.
I watch If Loving You Is Wrong. I watch Have and the Have Not.
Oh,
those are some good shows.
I watch 911.
Watches Tyler Perry movies.
I watch All American. I watch,
Okay. You're talking to
watch All American.
Actually, you know what superhero movie is?
So right, superheroes is not my ball.
I can talk about superheroes.
All American is a good show.
I haven't watched it yet, so
yeah, like I feel like it's just too black. Like, am I thinking of the right show? I feel like they're forcing, like the token black guy. Like, I feel like every black guy in that show is a token black guy. Like, just off the commercials alone, I'm like, I know I'm not gonna watch it.
Which show?
Said it's too black.
All American.
The All American. I feel like every black guy has to be a token black guy in that show. I'm not a fan.
Our podcast to be canceled so soon.
No.
I feel like that was like inherently racist. It's too black.
No, you probably need to watch it because I don't think it's what you think.
No,
it's
like,
not what you think.
It's majority of these shows, it's a random white guy that wrote the show, not wrote the show, but that's like paying for the show, and he's just like, I don't get it. Like, you're not black. So they make every black person in the show seem super black. So I'm trying to, like, off the commercials, it's like, man, every black person in that show is like, yo, it's like, bro, not everybody
I thought it was based
like
off a true story, though.
But yeah, that's what I was about to say. So it's like
an actual football team, or high school football. I mean,
yeah, but what does that mean? It's still a white guy producing it. If you don't understand, you don't understand.
Yeah, but it's not like, I don't think it's how you think it is. I think you should try.
I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah, and then we can have a discussion on that.
You need to go watch Black Panther then. How about that?
No.
You need to watch Black Panther and all the Spider-Mans.
All the Spider-Man, all the Batmans, all the Supermans. Just watch all of them back to back to back. Every Marvel movie, DC, every last one of them.
No, that's still gonna watch everything over. But
yeah. Sir, not my.
All right. Let's move on. I have a good one.
Shane.
Whoa.
Wait. So the producer is not white.
Okay.
He's black.
Yeah.
No, not producer. So what I mean is like the people funding the show.
Oh.
So who funds it? Is it the?
If it's like, what is it? Because what's the overarching TV studio? So it's like Fox, ABC, CW. I think CW is owned by Fox, right? Or is it something like that?
No, I don't think. No, I think so.
By CBS, I think.
No, it's CW is owned by Warner Brothers, which is a bunch of white guys.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So you got to understand who's funding the show. Like, that's why Tyler Perry, you be like, these black people seem, even though sometimes they're a little extra, like you be like, okay, this seems like an authentic black conversation. Like the acting is horrible. Don't get me wrong. Horrible acting. But you be like, okay, a black man wrote this show. A black man funded this show. And a black man is producing this show. Y'all understand?
Yeah. At the end of his credits, it literally says written, executive produced.
Exactly. Like, everything is Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
So
Tyler Perry Studios, like.
All right. Juicy topic now. All right.
You've been hyping it, so if it's not.
No. This isn't the one I was hyping. This is the one from like 2 weeks ago. God. So there's a story. I don't remember the names because it was like in random Apple stories. And some lady lived her whole life. She was like 40 at the time, and found out that her father wasn't her father, right? The mother was like, oh, sperm donor, blah, 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 blah. So she goes...
Jacket.
Huh?
Jacket name. Jacket.
No, it's not Jacket. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jacket.
Okay. So she talks to her mother. Her mother's like, yeah, the guy who raised you is not your father. I went to a sperm donor. We tried for years, couldn't find da. So she goes to the sperm donor, the place, goes to the doctor and is like, hey, I'm trying to figure out who my father is. Can you let me know? Blah, 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 blah. He goes, oh, I don't know what to tell you. So she goes searching through like the records and stuff and finds the guy, lives in like Seattle or something, right? So she calls the guy and she's like, hey, I found out you're my father. You were my sperm donor, blah, 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 blah. He goes, I've never donated sperm a day in my life. And he was serious. He's like, I've never donated sperm a day in my life. So the lady is confused now. So she goes back to the sperm place, the donor place. And the guy's like, oh yeah, he gave his sperm to be tested because he was having infertility problems. And she found out that the doctor was using all of the donations to get it tested for infertility and sending them out to women like, hey. And so she thought she got like the sperm from like a doctor or something like that, some random guy in Seattle. Now, if you were that man that found out your sperm was being used randomly, how would you feel?
I'm suing every last somebody. Every last somebody.
I would feel rich.
I'm suing the sperm bank.
Yes, that's what it's called. Sperm bank. Sperm bank. God Almighty, my brain wasn't working.
I'm suing the doctor that sent it.
Class action lawsuit.
So here's another thing. Here's another thing that was in the story. That same doctor was using his sperm as well and not telling them. So he was like, man, like we're running low. He would run in the back room,
Absolutely.
and then give it to them.
What's happening?
And not telling them. So they were then going and finding out that the sperm bank owner, that doctor, was also like 86 people's father.
Absolutely not.
So
never in all my days.
No, that's I was dragging the number. I was dragging the number, but he was like probably 5 or 6 random women's sperm donor
for the last 1 year.
How do you collect child support on someone that didn't ordain?
No, I'm taking it from the doctor.
You would have to take it from the doctor. But you got to understand as well, that lady was like 40 years old. So it's like at that point, the state is like, yo, you knew, you never once, and you signed a contract saying that you cannot collect, child support from the sperm donor.
Which is true. There's a lot of clauses that protect sperm banks from.
So you can't sue for for child support. You can't sue for like, what do you do at that point?
Like, even if after you sign the paper and they give you the wrong sperm, you can't sue for that. If in the clause for the sperm bank it says that you can't sue if you were given the wrong sperm. Like, there's clauses like that written into their paperwork to cover their behind. Woo! So really, even if like all 90 kids were wrongfully inseminated by this sperm bank, if in the clause these parents signed off on it and was okay with it, really the lawsuit is really not going to do anything. You could file a civil suit and it's really not going to go anywhere because you can't get any money because you knowingly
shooting.
I mean, there's nothing else for you to do. I mean,
whenever hear the Delivery Man, the movie Delivery Man.
I heard of it, but I never watched it.
I heard of it.
Same situation, but well, not same situation, but guy, got a sperm bank, go let off some juice and whole heap of picnic, and then come back, come look for him.
Oh no!
Yeah. Tell me about that show there already.
Yeah, I'm about to go back.
That's what you remind me of.
In Family Guy.
Oh, that happened in Family
Guy. Yeah, it happened in Family Guy. Yeah,
definitely.
But when I started reading, it was the same night that we first came up with the idea of the podcast, and I'm sitting there reading, I'm like, what? I was like, no way. No, and then wait, what can you do? I didn't even finish the story because I'm like, yo, if I finish the story and there's some like happy ending, I'll be upset. I want juice. I want juice. I was sitting there like, there's no way this happened. I would lose my mind if I found out like I went to a sperm bank just to get my sperm tested, and he took that sperm sample and was just.
I would rather not know that.
Yeah.
Because I would have rather to know that the father that's in my house living is the one that took care of me all of my life. Okay, even if he's not my father.
So here's
because what do? Do you find your siblings?
So here's
make it worse.
Here's another wrinkle.
Siblings.
Here's the wrinkle, according to what Davon was saying. This woman, like the mother and father, got divorced, and it was like a bad thing where it's like, okay, oh, you're dead to me, the mother, stuff like that. So it was like, oh, never talk to me again. And then she found out what the father was doing. She was like, oh, let me find my real father. Maybe he will be better. But she was grown at the time. And then she called this guy who was like in his 70s. And he was like back in like the 70s or like the 60s when he was like active and like in his 20s was when this stuff was happening. And I'm like, bruh.
Well, at least he's fertile. I mean, if that was the case.
No, but like him and his wife were trying for how long and they couldn't have kids. That's the only reason why he went. Just to find out that the sperm that you gave to get tested was being used to give it to everybody else.
Yep.
It could have been.
Maybe it was the wife.
It could have been, yeah. But that's just wild. That's just wild.
I don't feel like shooting. It's just boring. Just.
That's gonna be a topic because that about maybe it's the wife can be a topic because what do you do in a situation like that?
Like what? Like father.
Because exactly, no, that's what I'm saying. It can be a topic because that's gonna be like in detail. Like, what if your husband is a problem? What if your wife is a problem? What do you do?
Exactly.
And give birth to
like Davon, I was dragging the number. It wasn't 86, but it was like 5 or 6 is still 86 when you don't know about it. Yeah, so like that's the thing that's crazy. Like imagine 5 people calling you now. Oh, there's a civil suit going around talking about, and then all of us are traced back to you. I would have been sick. Oh man, I would have been sick. Yeah.
Have a big family reunion.
A family union, not reunion. They never met before. That's the first time. Jesus.
What if one of the two of the kids, different sexes, found out that they were from the same sperm, but they were in a relationship?
You know,
Dead
I
me
came
off.
across a story like
Dead
that
me
on
off.
TikTok.
I
They
saw
didn't
something.
know.
That's what you're talking
They
about.
didn't know until they went to like a family function. They were like,
They had like
"That's
4
my
kids.
aunt. That's my aunt," and they were like,
Black couple, right?
It was a black
Yeah,
couple.
yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
black
And
couple. I mean, they chose to stay
cousins or
together, which was a
something?
little.
I would have stayed together too because
It's gonna be
if we
hard at
did-
that point.
if we do so long, we are go like
Nah,
You got
already
me.
know it.
You
You
Nope.
already have kids. You already like
Nope.
you have a house together. You have
Okay,
so
Okay, so
much
then,
kids.
so then, what would be the cutoff point? Like, all right, like
We're dead.
this is not gonna continue on.
She said we
We're
did.
dead.
We're dead.
What if you're not
No.
married?
No, because
If
So-
I'm not married,
already
even if I'm
If I'm not
married, and we
married,
don't have
then maybe
kids,
that
we
would
can
have
get
been-
divorced.
right.
I
Yeah.
cannot. My mentality will kill me off.
So here,
I'm married.
I feel like it depends on what type of aunt that is. Like if that's both of our
First aunt,
mother's sisters, then gone. I'd never want to see you again. But if it's like, oh, that's my
second aunt,
cousin's,
twice
my
removed.
cousin's aunt, and I just call her aunt because I knew her when I was young or something like that. Then be
Still
like, all right,
in the
it's-
bloodline.
no,
That's
but
what I'm
not
saying,
really,
We're still connected.
not really though,
somehow.
because that's
water though.
that's they
My-
said
my
it's
Water
like
dog.
sister's gonna be
3.
her cousin's sister.
That's like 4 times removed at that point. Like you got so many different blood in you at that point where that it's like
Nope.
But you got to think about it as a Caribbean. Like you go to the island. If
the
you're on
island's
an
small.
island of Jamaica,
Somebody's
if you go to
family with
island of
everybody.
Antigua,
That's a
there
blessing.
is a
Exactly.
99.9% chance
Exactly.
they're going to
Say
run
a
in your
family
family.
relationship.
Whether it's on one side, the other side, you're going to find
Mhm.
someone that is somewhere and they're going to be like, oh, I know you, that blah, 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 blah. It's going to happen.
Yep.
There's going to be like one family that you don't run
Yeah.
with.
But as long as you're like
What do you do?
4th or not, you probably even more than that, like 6 cousins is whatever. But if you're like first cousins, then you gotta
You got to
you
be
have to end
10th
it.
cousin.
Have to.
Even it's like
Listen.
mom, aunt, dad, uncle. Like that's just a big
I couldn't follow that. Mom,
a big no.
All right,
You
so
gotta-
suppose now, all right, you made the decision, so not gonna leave, right? But it only didn't love, like this other person who make you happy, whatever. Then you never yet find back somebody like that. You're
That's
gonna beat
fine.
yourself. No, you're gonna be mad at yourself. Me, I tell you, Shaay Joseph, that you're gonna
I
be
can
mad
live
at
in
yourself.
singleness and happiness.
You're gonna be mad because I would be mad at myself. Like, look
My
how many
brain
love I
cells-
had this, whatever, perfect, whatever, and then would I probably be mad at the person who met me find out say we're family.
How are you gonna be
Because-
mad at your family at a reunion? Oh, I found
Listen,
out.
first
because
of
you said
all-
how
Because
people
we were
from
living in bliss, not knowing. Like we was carrying
Exactly.
it on
How
our
could
Yeah.
you?
Really
Eventually, you were
And
gonna
then
find out if
now-
you're gonna go around family. Eventually, one day you're gonna run into a family member that know y'all both.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't. know- It's like they
We-
didn't know that they were related.
Exactly.
Yeah, but until you run into that family member that knows y'all both as
Alright.
family.
All right, Chubby, only they know 30 years, right?
At that
Already
point, no,
have a
you're
big-
married.
No,
You're
no, no.
married.
30
You're
years
married.
is
Had your
different.
kids. There's no turning back. Like
I said, it was
Oh
All
my
right, Grace. No, all
That's
right,
different.
all right. Me
I
and
would
Grace
cry.
there. Me
I
and
would
Grace
cry.
there were married, right? Grace, I go to your 4th year.
I'm
Right?
still getting divorced after 4 years.
So,
Yeah, same.
so I'm speaking to the married persons right now.
Oh,
I thought you were asking my opinion. Just-
So Grace,
It's fine.
you're going to your 4th year, and you find out this, right? What are you
She kept
doing?
her name.
What are you
I mean,
doing?
I'm gonna love him.
Mhm.
She leaving. Look at her face. Grace and me had the same race. How's she going?
I think I think as currently
Exactly.
Hello.
Listen,
As-
none of us. Where is she going? Where is she?
Don is capping.
She's
Don
going
is
to
capping.
Brooklyn.
Don is
to
capping. Don is
Suriname.
capping. Because as
To Guyana.
currently constituted, no
Right back to
kids,
my parents' house.
you can start over. I think even the church would allow that. They'd be like, "Oh, that's your cousin? Oh, go home." Like,
Oh,
I didn't know.
nah,
I found
Don't
out. Go.
start over.
Copeland would tell you.
Well, me and
Tell
OJ not
you.
start over. So if we ever hear,
enough to
we're not starting over.
Let me-
At this point, you wouldn't start over.
Nope.
Oh
But
no,
you
y'all bugging.
guys' relationship,
But y'all
is
relationship is
longer than me and
different.
Don's. Like
Best friends.
yeah, like y'all been together since little, so
Yeah.
Little.
Since little. Since
Not that
little.
little, bro.
not together, but like y'all
They
are
was in
friends
Oh,
since
yeah.
primary
little.
school.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably also
Y'all-
true.
y'all-
I met
connection is
Don when
deeper
I
than
was in
that.
college, so
Yeah.
That can
You
just
said it wasn't that long ago.
Look, like I said, if it's like
That's a
we
whole
like
5
if we like
years.
6 cousins, you get over it. But if it's like first cousins, as long as I don't have pick me, if I don't have a child, I'm out. If we got kids, it's gonna be hard.
All right.
But then,
So let me throw it at you and Shay now, Kayla, because
That's fine.
you know we're not married yet, but you're almost there. So I'm gonna find out no. All right, wait, I'm gonna start make wedding plans, I'm gonna know the date, everything.
What? I don't care about wedding
And
plans.
then
I'll be the first one. I'm out the door.
On the
See the fingers?
Yeah, sorry,
just-
because what?
Out the door.
I'm glad that
Cheers.
we're both on the
Cheers.
same page here because
What can find you again?
Yo, what PG level is this podcast?
Anything you want. Just no language.
It's
Just
whatever
don't
you
cuss.
feel, please.
I don't know
Just
if
don't
you
cuss.
give
This
OJ
shit.
that level of freedom.
Just don't cuss and don't give any
What'd you
incriminating
say,
details.
Wait.
Okay, OJ.
Let him whisper it in your ear, D,
cussing
before
and
he
she muted. She have good sense.
Okay.
You can't cuss.
No, OJ, like, you might probably
Chris.
go in or something, I'm not forgetting. So, you guys know OJ. Somebody after like,
Vito that question.
Yes,
They will-
thank you.
we know exactly.
put it in the chat. Put in the chat.
Word.
They're gonna pop up and Shane and read it. The other chat.
Shane's
Put
gonna
it-
read it.
Put it in the
The
main chat,
afterglow?
not the Zoom chat. Put it in the main chat, like the text chat. But yeah,
Alright.
so
Afterglow.
I don't know. Me personally, first cousins, nah. I don't care where. Like we
There's
could be
no
30 years
way.
married. If there's no kids, I'm out the door.
Wild.
So hold on.
No,
hold on,
exactly,
Y'all
because
talking about
kids
cousins
come out with
here.
deformities.
Y'all are talking about cousins here, okay? I would have assumed.
No,
that-
but I know she's not my sister, so that's easy.
No.
I know she's not my sister.
No, because for me,
Y'all
like
could
this is
have
what I'm
the
thinking.
same dad and different moms.
No, but we know her dad. We like. I'm saying in my specific situation,
seen
I know she's not my sister.
with my two high hoes.
Yeah.
The parents.
What?
We know
That's
they
what
don't
I'm
say
saying.
that.
Like
Tree brother.
What are you saying, Devon?
it's like how do you get so far without knowing that like you have a whole aunt? or
No,
something like
sometimes
But
it's
what-
possible.
Okay, but let me put it on you now, Davon. God forbid you and Dana. Like it's like it's like no, if you didn't know that was your sister from jump and you just like
next topic.
exactly.
Please, indeed.
Exactly.
But let's all right. So
Moving on, team.
cousins. Like I don't even know. Like
Exactly.
There was a story.
Horrible.
I think they were on TikTok, like a black couple that was.
They have they were two
they were
kids.
brother and sister.
They were brother and sister, and they decided
They
to
were
stay
in a
together.
relationship for 11 years, I think, and they were married for 4 years,
Yeah.
and they have 2 kids, and they found out that
They
they were
found
brother and
out they
sister.
were brother and
So,
And they
like,
stayed together.
in
Not
that
turning-
in that case, one, don't announce it. Why go on TikTok and telling the whole world? Because not everybody in business, and that's gross. And not everybody judging you. And two, you just gotta like at that point, you really gotta bite the bullet because you can't split the family up. You got 2 kids together. At that point,
It
stop
can't
having kids.
work. It can't work because if she lay down and you stand up behind her, we are gonna think about.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Let me
That's the
translate that. If she's lying down, right,
truth.
and you stand up behind her, what are you gonna think about? You're not gonna
Yeah.
think about anything else but that she's your sister.
Yeah.
She's lying down. You know what I'm saying? Bro, we know what thoughts go through our head when our ladies are,
Okay, but then
lying
you
down.
just said you're not leaving, B.
Exactly.
They say whatever. But listen, I cannot. The thoughts that will go through my head that, oh my God, this is my sister. I cannot go inside. I need to leave.
So
I already did that for almost
Yes, but no, the thoughts are gonna be going through my head. This is my sister. This is my sister. This is my no.
See?
Yeah, have
No.
to. Have to
Right,
decide,
so
have
then
to.
what if it becomes what
You're
if it becomes
saying
like
he's
a
leaving.
court problem? Like all of a sudden the sister's like, oh, my brother's been raping me this whole time and I didn't know. Like
No, Lord.
No,
That
you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that.
You
couldn't do
couldn't.
that.
No, you could.
Deal
Wait,
with
wait,
it.
you
No.
could.
Let's hear from Shaay,
You'd
the
have-
social worker. Let's hear from Shaay.
You'd have to. You could be married and still not have consensual sex. That's one.
That's true. This is true.
That's possible,
Racism.
but
It's the
you'd
truth.
have to be able to prove that. I mean, she can't say
30
this
years?
whole time, 30 years later.
Nah.
Oh, now it's not consensual. Now that we know that we're siblings, it's not submissible to law.
Just say, don't stop. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, if after and they still push the topic, and then you're like, no, then you can file a claim. But no.
But even if it's consensual, like, how do you go about this in your right mind? Like, that's just no.
You know, some people are just different. You don't yuck a yum. I don't know.
You know that yum you can't yuck.
For me, it's yuck.
Incest is incest.
For me,
no, yuck.
Incest is incest. I don't care. Incest is incest. Exactly. Okay.
So is it like backdated incest if you don't know?
So it's incest from that point forward. From that point forward.
From the moment you get the information, it's incest.
I don't know. This is a lot of.
From that moment forward, I would never be able to look at you the same. Now, like I said, if we like 6 cousins and it'd be like, okay, we're too far removed at this point, it's not even a thing. Because every one of us came from Adam, and even more specifically, every one of us came from Noah. So it's even worse.
You went way too deep.
Every one of us came from Noah. So that's even closer.
You went.
Right.
Even closer. So we all
hold on.
80 billion cousins.
6 cousins though, Shane. Think about
that's
it.
Far.
Like your father's sister has to be like 69 and he's like 36. Like, no, you gotta have mad kids under that before you get to the 6th cousin.
No, so 6th cousin could be like, it's just removed. So it's like my cousin, niece, cousin. Like that's 6 cousins. We all still in the same age
that's
group.
Too close.
Like you understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
Yeah.
It's too close.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Too close.
So what's the consensus? Who's staying? Who's out the door? Because I'm out. I said,
depends on how close.
Duration makes
brother and sister, that an hour.
Because 30 years in, at this point, you in your almost 60s, almost 70s. At that point, you're not mentally. Who has the energy to start over at that age? So at that point, it's like, yo, just take the.
You don't have to start over. That's the thing. Like, I don't understand.
Physically, you have the energy.
We are humans. We don't like to be alone.
That's I don't know if I could just start live on my.
Especially coming from a life where every day you did there on somebody, then to just go by.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to just go back to being by myself.
So then who becomes the auntie?
I mean,
go back.
All right. So it probably can work out some way. Some people like actually in a turbo relationship and that are just fate. It happened. So you're quick to come out. That's different. You would have actually be excited to find out that because all right, we can get up and I can get up and cut. But if good, have a almost perfect relationship, whatever, and if you just get up and go be by yourself, no, sir. That a depression.
The only way I would probably like it is if you put me in one of them senior citizens home where everybody's a hoe. That's the only way I'll be able to.
Assisted living.
That's the only way.
They got open bars. They got
that makes sense.
Them old people.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Once you find out you just have a struggle.
Them old people be outside.
They do.
They be out.
They do. Multiple
I would
everything.
Exactly. So that's the only way I'll be able to be like, okay,
yeah,
let's do this. I'm fine. Just send me in a home. I'm not living with my kids. Send me in a home, and I'm good.
You don't want to go to home. You want to go in like an assisted living.
Exactly. I'll go young. I'll go while I'm still well healthy. Just put me.
I want to travel. If that's the case, I'm going to every country
until you dead.
Yeah, sir.
I'm going to country. We're gonna be outside.
You can go to assisted livings around the world.
Why would I do that? I can just go travel the country.
Check yourself out of one and then go another one.
You don't have to check yourself in. It's like buying an apartment.
Yeah.
That has casinos, bars,
and stuff come by here and there.
It's just like they come and check on you if you want it, or you can be independent living. Same better.
Let's be a hoe.
That is.
I think so. So we all come to that consensus. Like, nah, we couldn't stay.
Gotta skedaddle.
Yep, I'm out the door. Out the door.
I see it through my boy.
All right. Okay. Let's take it a step further.
Oh, Lord,
it just popped into my head. For the women here, you're pregnant. For the men, your wife is pregnant, and you find out she's your sister. What do you do with the pregnancy?
Oh, pregnant.
Wow, the pregnant.
I'm playing. The child goes up for adoption.
No, man, me I keep it, man.
You can't see the whole.
Am I?
You
First
can't.
of all, you have to see how the child comes out because
No.
Yeah.
You're taking too far. How pregnant am I?
Yeah.
I'm saying if you see the whole pregnancy through, like you got to keep the child. Like
No.
I don't.
You gotta think.
How pregnant am I?
Okay, give two different answers.
Third semester.
Okay, if I am
early
First
pregnancy,
semester or
first trimester, and then third trimester. No middle trimester.
First trimester.
So I'm gonna have to get abortion. Sorry, we got.
Yeah, it's just gonna have to go away because then
I'll feel bad. Like I don't believe in abortion, but like
if
would
it's
have
my
to.
last, then we can do testing
Go on, do it.
fetal testing because I need to know. Once I find out that we're related or siblings, I'm gonna need to know off rip because the idea of waiting whatever additional months I have to wait in order to see the child and then find out, you're dragging it. I need to know right then and there.
I think that we need to go back in the days where before you could get married, you would have to get a blood test.
It's still recommended though, but it's expensive.
Ain't nobody following that.
It's expensive.
I'm doing it.
You got money for a blood test?
Guys, you're gonna get blood tested.
You will get blood tested. I get.
She's invested in this marriage.
Look, y'all married already. So she don't even want to know.
No way.
Exactly. Like, why am I gonna do that and possibly ruin something like?
See where mother come from. Anywhere close to my people,
The two of we come far from each other, and you know that. I've only heard about where OJ come from when I met him.
Same with me.
Above Rocks. You hear that name? Above Rocks. Something again. He's been above Rocks.
I can't remember where our place name. Where your place name?
Portmore.
No. Where you come from again? Where you live?
Portmore.
Where your place name? Where you
live? Guys. So
where the hill name? Where the mountain name? Tell the people in the mountain name.
Mount Spellier.
Me don't know what name, so Mount Pellier.
So which means we are far from each other. Okay, fine. But
as long as you weren't born in the rocks, you're right.
So what if the man wants the lady to get the abortion, but the lady doesn't want to do it?
Then she has the right to keep the child.
Yeah, she gotta raise that child on her own. Like I'm still be.
But that's gonna be hard though.
No, I'm gonna still shoot you some money, because that's still my child as well. But like. No, I'm not saying no,
but I can take it to court, and
I'm not saying,
and that's on.
I'm not saying like
the justice system.
No,
but like it's
I put the offer on the table. Yo, listen.
Is it your body? Are you going to go through getting the?
Yeah, a lot of women can only handle one.
I went 50%.
Sometimes abortions
I went 50%.
Exactly. No, that's it, Shane.
That's it, and then it won't have another one.
I'm not saying.
Let me take it a little further.
What are you saying? You put the offer on the table.
What if the woman?
Offer on the, I'm sorry, big man. Hold on. The offer on the table is simply give the baby up for adoption.
That's not what Dee asked.
She
the
said
question
abortion.
She asked was if he offered to have an abortion.
On the table, though.
That's even not worse. What we were discussing. What were you saying?
So let me take it a little further with Dee's part of the question, right? So the woman has been trying to have a child.
Oh,
she
God,
goes to the sperm bank.
Exactly.
And the brother deposits his sperm at the same sperm bank the sister goes to.
Does she not know?
Mix up and match up all of the names.
It would have to be a mistake on their part, and you'll sue them to hell.
No,
you look through a book.
I thought you couldn't
You
sue.
do.
No, but that's your
look
brother.
Through a book, though.
That's
you
your
look through a
brother.
book to
Pick
see
the
the
donor
features of what you want as a potential sperm donor.
Okay, so what happened now? What happened now if she didn't know that was her brother?
Oh,
what if let's say
but how does she find out down the line then?
We gotta see.
Right, they have the same traits in the face, and then once they check the blood and all them something.
Well, they're not going to check the blood because you're only getting the sperm from a sperm donor. So you're not going to know unless he finds you. He's like, you're my long lost sister. And then you do some genetic testing, and then you and your child find out, okay, this is your brother and uncle. That's the only way you would find out, and that's like a 1 in a million case.
So let's use the 1 in a million case. Would you let them keep the child if they're still pregnant?
What else? How you gonna get rid of it at that point?
I'm keeping my child.
Yeah, like I can't. I would never be able to give up my child.
Guys,
yeah, put that for adoption.
Yeah.
Like once you see that whole pregnancy through, like that's my child, bro.
If you saw the pregnancy through,
that's my baby. I wouldn't be able to give up that child, yo. I'm gonna have that little.
Suppose it end up have no more child.
The story to people. That's the question.
That's my child.
You don't have to.
Mind your business. That's how you explain it.
You explaining.
That's why I said.
Are you walking up to people? Hi, this is my child. That's also my
sister's child.
You don't have to. You just say this is my child.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the couple that went on TikTok, that makes no sense to me because that's embarrassing. Like I get it. I get that it's your business. If you want to tell the world, you tell the world. But that's low key embarrassing. Why are you telling everybody? Why are you telling the whole world?
Especially if you decide to stay like, why? Like if only did like a separate,
nobody would have ever
somebody send me that
ever known if they didn't say anything.
Yeah,
no one.
It's utterly ridiculous.
Because now even the kid, that internet don't go nowhere. So now the kid is going to look down the road like Kim Kardashian. Somebody they asked Kim Kardashian like, what's something embarrassing that you're afraid your kids are going to know? And she was like, well, it's obvious for me. And it was like, when her kids get older, she's going to have to explain that her sex tape never is getting off the internet. It's everywhere.
Oh, sis.
I mean,
so, and then watch her, like, it's not even like you can avoid it. It's going to pop up somewhere. So you're going to
Google your mom and it's
the daughter going to be scrolling through Twitter in 15 years and be like, is that my mom? Like, you can't.
With them auntie and uncle and all of that will be online. Them broad. You know the story with the mother today on Instagram.
We did not
grew up
tell us about it.
Security man.
Oh my God.
Area.
Not you know in pop culture.
No, man. Better behavior for
But that goes back to Shaay saying the old people is honey.
Yes.
It's true, yo.
Tell you.
No.
Send me to the assisted living, yo. I'm all in. Let's do it. Assisted living, I'm in. Let's go. Them old people are outside consistently.
Really
man. Okay, so next story. Last one. We've been on for like an hour already. Last one is not, this is the unknown one. It's not as juicy, but it was just the funniest thing I heard in a while. So, Kevin Porter Jr., basketball player in the NBA, he hits a buzzer beater and the announcer goes, just like his father, he pulled the trigger at the right time. So everyone's like, what are you doing? He's like, the announcer's like, what do you mean? What am I doing? Isn't his father, Kevin Porter Sr., NBA player that hit a buzzer beater 30 years ago? They're like, no, his father is Kevin Porter Sr., man that pled guilty to murder of shooting a teenager in 1993. He was like, I didn't know that. And it was like, everybody was like, no, you knew Kevin Porter Sr., NBA player, is not his father, but you still said it. So Twitter was going nuts.
No, that just made me he would have to like.
He apologized. He was like, I didn't know.
Pack up.
He was like, I didn't know. I thought his father was Kevin Porter Sr., the NBA player. Is like, no, you knew. That's like 50 years difference. That's like a 50-year difference. You know that's not his father.
You make yourself look stupid because how would you even get the job if you didn't know like the stuff?
No, so he's been an announcer for a minute. So it's like you're not.
You have to know history about the players.
Well, but you're not gonna pay attention to everybody, son. So like.
No, but I guess.
So, but I agree with y'all. Like, why even say that? Like, oh, he pulled the trigger at the right time. Like. You don't know where this man came from. You know, 98% of these NBA players either grew up hard, or in some bad area.
Identity, everything.
And you said he pulled the trigger. I mean, LeBron was up in arms. This not allowed in our game. Don't you dare talk about anybody like that again. And he's just like, I made a mistake. And everybody was like, nah, bro, that didn't sound like a mistake. That sounded like you said that on purpose.
It felt like it came.
He learned it.
He learned it right before the game.
Like, yep. He learned it right before the game and waited for the moment.
Like, there's no way you would know. There's no way you would know because he hit a buzzer beater. Like, that's very rare. Like, you win the game on a last second shot, and the announcer said that, and everybody was like, "No, that was like
bro. Ready." It was like in his back pocket, ready, waiting for the right time. Yeah. He's like, I gotta get.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way that just popped into your head. You had to know. You had to. They give bios on almost every player.
Yeah, nothing don't pop up in there like that.
So can the player sue that?
No. It's on the team that is the. So I think they suspended him for like a month or something like that. But because really and truly, the way he really felt genuine in his apology. He was like, I really did not know. You know, most juniors, the people that put junior on their jerseys, it's because their father played in the NBA. Right. So he's like, I really thought he was Kevin Porter Sr.'s son. And he was like, no, you were just wrong. And everybody was blown up. I was weak. I was like, good, serve you right. Because why even say that? He pulled the trigger at the right time. Like, come on, they give bios on almost everybody.
And what a coincidence that it's off of a man going to jail for pulling a trigger.
They said he shot a teenager, killed the teenager in like 1993 and pled guilty and everything. And I was like,
is it like a race situation or like a prejudice?
So like the announcer is a white guy and then Kevin Porter Jr. is a black guy. So everybody was like, oh no, you did that on purpose. And it's like, yo, I wouldn't go as far to say because he's white, he did on purpose. Like, I'm not that guy. But it was
let the chips.
It was too close. It was too close. Because even if I said that, I'm sure it would have still blown up, but it wouldn't have been as big. Like, people would have been like, bro, watch what you're saying. Like, his father, they would have gave me a second chance. Him, they were ready. They was like, nah, bro, you did that. They give a bio on almost everybody. You knew his father.
Their image too at the end, like, oh, you let this caucus man stay because
We're not gonna bring that here. We're not gonna do it.
So you understand, like he apologized sincerely, but it's like, nah, bro, we're not gonna take that. Y'all announcers been getting away with too much. Nah. Right. But I don't think he got fired. I think he just got suspended. Like, I could probably go look it up, but it's not that deep. But yeah. So
at the end of the day.
Yeah. So LeBron was livid. He's like, nah, bro, we're not allowing that in the game. Leave that home. Do whatever you got to do. Just don't bring it here. I was like, yeah, Bron. Talk that talk, my boy. I was like, yeah, that's good. LeBron's my guy. LeBron guy. Good. Oh, whoa. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that. Okay.
He's afraid.
But yeah, anybody else? Anybody else have any juice before we go?
I'll make sure I'll come with more juice. Make sure it's sweet.
We're gonna we'll talk about that after, but come with everybody get your juice together because I want this to be nice and juicy every week.
You didn't have to say it like that.
So we're gonna be probably gonna start with just YouTube at the first week until we get verified on all these streaming platforms. But
that is true.
Wait until we get on these streaming platforms. Follow us, subscribe, leave reviews, do everything. All right, do everything.
Grace has to close us out.
Grace, benediction.
I will not be coming back next week.
You better just have it pre-recorded and press play.
Yeah,
literally every time.
Keep recording.
All right, anybody? Last juice. All right, Davon, where can we find you?
Blackwood Media Productions
on YouTube. What's the Insta? What's the Twitter? If you have a Twitter, Facebook.
It long. But I'll get it to you. I promise.
All right, it's gonna be down below. Shaay, quick.
You can find me on Instagram at the Curly Shaay with 2 A's, and on Twitter at As Told by Shaay with 2 A's.
DOJ.
So You can check us out by the time you hear this podcast or watch this YouTube video. You can check us out, OD Creations, on Instagram. That's ODEE Creations. And my personal Instagram, DEEE, 3 E's, Samuels, Simba Neil.
Yes, like Lion King.
Yeah, Simba Neil.
N-E-I-L, like my name.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and YouTube in the future. So.
Okay, YouTube in the future. That's nice. Kaay?
Yes, that's beautiful. KMSKAAA. You know, a lot of E's in there. _MS, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, Facebook is KAAY Simpson, but we don't really go on Facebook like that.
I'm weak.
Don Grace.
You can get to me with my Instagram at _Gracie. That's GRACIE _. Find me out there. I'm private, but you know, if you look a little cute, I can accept you.
Wait.
Wait, what? Don,
tell the world your Instagram handle, please.
Love this memory fun.
It's a man moving quietness when I give out them the thing there.
I don't know a mini man. No.
IG at mini man. You find me on the me. I don't want a man named mini man pan there. So you find me on that. Twitter around the corner. It's a come.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what I say.
Learn off a Twitter and them something there.
Y'all gotta be careful because Facebook is like my church, like corporate side. Instagram is like the stuff I want people to see, and Twitter's dark. Like y'all gotta be careful when you get on Twitter.
Twitter, you would think that like something's wrong. Like I'd be like,
don't go there.
Twitter is dark. So y'all gotta be careful. So you can find me at that's _Shane on Insta and Twitter. Facebook is just Shane Hartley. I probably shouldn't get that out because it's not that deep. And then on YouTube, you can find me at Shaniac the Helmer, HELMER. I think that's really it.
TikTok. TikTok.
Oh, my TikTok.
I go on TikTok.
Shaniac the Helmer. Shaniac the Helmer _YT. And then yeah, that's it. Anybody else?
Follow us at the Spicy Bunch. That's
the girls that are on this chat, the 4 of them, they have a thing called the Spicy Bunch. All right.
Spicy Sisters.
The Spicy Sisters.
Never did you have to.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. All right, later.